All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my podcast. Now, if you're new to the platform, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you'll be able to get notified from fresh new content from me every day, whether it's shorts or regular videos or live stream. So with that being said, let's get into what everybody is talking about on YouTube and Twitter. So Hasbro just got finished doing a fan stream just now, and let me tell you something, they revealed so much of toy goodness. And when I mean they revealed some of the best, I meant that from the bottom of my heart, because a lot of us have been wanting something new for a long time when it comes to the Lightning Collection Lightning Collection figures, my apologies. But for some odd reason, when I saw this part on stream, dude, it looks exactly like Summer from RPM. They've done an amazing job on the face sculpture. The head sculpture looks exactly like the actress from the season. And the costume, the figure, the helmet, the weapons, it looks perfect. This is definitely the best looking figure out of all of the Lightning Collection figures because they got it right. They got it right. And I know Hasbro has a history of not giving other seasons a chance, but it's possible they might do something like this. You never know. But RPM has been getting no love as of lately, and I would like for them to continue to do that going forward, and I know they will. So shout out to Hasbro for doing a good job on Summer RPM Yellow Ranger, or Ranger Yellow, LOL. Now this is what everybody has been waiting for since the leaks came out a while back of TJ getting his own Lightning Collection figure, and I know his actor is gotta be stoked and happy about this because I love TJ as the Turbo Red Ranger because I feel like he brought in a strong leadership since Jason. But TJ was on another level because when we first saw him in Turbo, him and Cassie were just new people going on some type of bus trip or something, and he mentioned something about his dad wanting him to come out here to be something. So, and he was also willing to sacrifice his life to save Tommy from Divatox's plan. So once he became the Red Turbo Ranger, it was game over. And we've also got some new development from him as well, which is great. So I love what I'm seeing from the Lightning Collection, and the fact that they're actually giving Turbo some love is not only cool, but it's incredible at the same time. I've always loved TJ as the Red Turbo Ranger because he was always my favorite Ranger out of all of them, like no cap. And I love this episode where he and this douchebag of a baseball player getting into it. But TJ was different. He was a different kind of guy. He wasn't all about the drama. And so when the Rangers were fighting the baseball monster, TJ came in with a baseball bat and just outdid the monster. And so with that, shout out to Hasbro for doing an incredible job on this figure. And I have to say this, the head sculpture don't look like TJ, but the rest of the figures itself, it looks good. And I really appreciate what Hasbro is doing for us. And the fact that they were actually able to do this, it's incredible. Now, Lightspeed Rescue is finally getting this love. Yes, Chad is one of my favorite Blue Rangers of that season because his in real life is an extreme martial artist. So if you know about Mike Chad, you will know that he is a black belt. He is an extreme martial artist, and he was the co-founder of Extreme Martial Arts that have been training actors of upcoming Power Ranger seasons like Beast Morphers, Dino Fury, etc. So he was responsible for a lot of the fight scenes in Hasbro and Dino Fury. So if it wasn't for him, I don't think none of these actors would have been here. So with that, shout out to Chad shout out to Hasbro for doing a good job on this figure. The helmets, the weapons, and the costume looks perfect. Now, there's a little funny part about the head sculpture of Chad because Chad in Lightspeed Rescue, he was a bit of a prick. I mean, not of a prick, but just being, Chad, being Chad. Now, I will say this though, it looks like him a little bit, but the hair, they should have done a good job on it though. That's probably my biggest gripe I have with the figure is the hair part. But other than that, I appreciate it for what Hasbro is doing for us so far, and I like what I see. Now, if you just seen this on the stream, I will encourage y'all to please go get your pre-orders in right now if you want to pick up these bad boys yourself. And honestly, these are the best looking figures so far, and I'm glad that Hasbro is doing everyone some justice. Now, I want to get to the next part they've also addressed is the fans' complaints about the breakage and the missing paint jobs on the figures. And I've also appreciated for what they were able to do for this part this time is to address the issues, address the drama of the London Collection figures being breakage and paint jobs are being missed. And so for that, I definitely respect Hasbro for definitely, just respecting the fans' concerns and outrage about this. So shout out to them. Now, on to the Mighty Morphin remaster figures. Let me explain something to y'all. Ever since Billy and Trini came out, there are so many people displaying them on Instagram and Twitter, and you know that the people are gonna appreciate this even more because what I saw was not only eye-dropping, but actually jaw-dropping, but it's incredible. I was eyeballing, I was jaw-dropped, but dude, Zack's, they finally got Zack's head right. Him looking serious, morphing into the Power Ranger, and you can see the Power Coin, the Mastodon Coin, and a little bit of effects coming out of a Power Morpher. And you know what? They definitely did it. They did their thing with it. And the fact that they were actually willing to step his game up because of the head and his hair, the face, it looks exactly like Walter Jones when he was young. A little bit, but it's getting close. But either way, this is perfect. I got what I see. I got what I wanted. But the only odd thing about his head is that while it looks like he's wearing lipstick, it's kind of weird. But besides the point, Zack Taylor looks good in remaster form. Hasbro is doing something right for the 30th anniversary, and they're definitely cooking up something. They've been cooking, straight up. Now, Kimberly's, I don't know how I felt about it once again because it looks like her actress, but she looks kind of depressed, like she doesn't want to be here. Like, why am I being turned into a figure? And yet I'm holding my Power Morpher up and morphing into the Pink Ranger. The hair is good, and the body is good, the helmet is good, but the face sculpture, I think they should have studied more on Amy Jo Johnson's facial features a little bit more, so that way it'll look like Kimberly. But besides that, I still enjoy for what I saw and what we're about to get. You know there's going to be some big reviews on YouTube like crazy over these remastered figures, and they all look perfect. Unlike the original versions that were released a while back, these are perfect in my eyes. So the one thing I did notice while I was reacting to the screen is that they finally fixed Jace's helmet right. Thank the Lord they finally fixed Jace's helmet to get the silver part on the visor. But a lot of people were confused as to why Tommy doesn't have a shield. Well, it's because if you pay attention to the Green Kingdom Saga Part 1 and 2, when the Rangers would try to recapture Tommy's powers by retrieving the green candle, when it was burned out, Tommy lost his powers. So he gave his power coin to Jason, and Jason was able to become the Red Dragon Ranger. So not only that, but the Dragon Shield is also removable, so it can be passed on to any Ranger, which is kind of nice, and I really appreciate that. Now, Rita Repulsa. My goodness, did they get this figure right? I love it. I love it. So the face sculptures is basically inspired by her Japanese counterpart from Jew Ranger. So if you've seen Jew Ranger and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you will know that the original actress who played Bandora passed away a long time ago. So this is a nice tribute and a nice touch of how they made this figure look like it came out of a space dumpster. If you've seen the intro and if you've seen the first episode of Day of the Dumpster, I think you will know that this is exactly what it reminds me of. And you see her in these facial expressions. God, just look at this. Look at this. Look at how cool this looks. You can't sit there and tell me that this doesn't look good. It does. The facial expressions is exactly how she looked on the TV show. It's just the Japanese face. It's perfect. It's just perfect. And then you see her with the magic staff, using her powers. And now, they didn't use the Robo version of Rita from Once and Always, but they might end up releasing her in the future. But for right now, they just want to focus on the TV aspects, you know, from 1993, not Once and Always. But this is good. She has the lightning effects, her using her bow staff. Everything about this figure looks perfect. And then you see her smiling like she about to have something else coming for us. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, Minotaur is also in this as well, and he looks perfect along with the Fister mold on his hand, which is great. So if you like my breakdown on these figures, let me know in the comments down below. Until then, I'm out of here.